Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Archer's Garage and Whatnot. Today, we're back in the garage doing some mechanical repairs on my wife's car, or truck, I should say, as she would call it, her Ford Expedition. This is a 2003 Ford Expedition, and we're doing a little bit of body work. I'm not a body guy, so I can't really give great advice on it. But today, this is a very easy one that anybody can do, and I just want to show you how to do it, so you feel empowered enough to fix your own vehicle, to not have to pay the big guy the big bucks, and you can do this in your garage for pennies on the dollar, I might add. So let's get started on this. Well, before we get started, let me tell you what we're doing. So about, I don't know, 4 or 5 months ago, we got in a little fender bender with a guy. He changed lanes in front of us, bumped us, and hit the driver's side headlight area of the truck. Busted the headlight out, fog light, all that stuff. And anyway, we are trying to fix it, and it needs the header panel, the piece that holds the headlights in, right? And they're relatively inexpensive. You can get them on Rock Auto. I'm sure if you went to the dealership, they'd be a couple $100. We can get them on Rock Auto for 50 bucks. Problem is the shipping is 200 bucks. So I was waiting around to find a good one at the junkyard, and I found one. Finally found one. So went and got it, and I'm going to show you guys how to put it on. So this is the area we're talking about. Now, of course, the headlight goes in here, right? So headlight screws in here. There should be another one here and another one down here. However, with the accident, busted this out. So all that's holding that headlight in is this guy, and then it's kind of wedged in here. So not the best situation to be in, right? Well, here. So this piece, the header panel, goes all the way over there. So you have to take all this off, all the grill, headlights, everything off. But don't be intimidated. Do not be intimidated by it. It's not a bad deal. Like I said, I'm not a body man, and it's not a big deal to me. So anybody can do it. Now I'm going to be using DeWalt screw gun, but you can do this with hand tools, and that's the whole point of this channel, empowering common people to do big jobs with, well, I just spit on my camera, with basic hand tools. And you can do this with basic hand tools. I just have this. I'm going to use it, make it easier. So let me show you how to do it, and I'll bet you we're done within an hour, hour and a half. All right, so obviously, first thing, headlights. 10mm screws, right? So these guys here. 2 10s go there. There's one that goes down here. Here's the side that's not busted. The one goes in here. It's attached to the headlight, and it wedges in here. So those are out. Next up, fog lights. Unplug them. Make sure you unplug those. Then you're going to get up in here, and you've got 5.5mm. I don't know what the equivalent for standard is, but it's a 5.5mm. You've got a couple of them here. So this holds the inner fender, okay? So you're gonna wanna take those off, and you've got 2 under here also. Now, once you get that loose, inside this piece here, see this little flap in here on the inside, you're gonna take that loose, and then going up from the bottom, you've got 2 more 10mm. Let's see if you can see them from the side here. You can't really see them, but they're in here. They go up and bottom. You get a long extension, 10mm socket. You get that. So, and you've got all this on both sides of the vehicle. So you take that off, and the bumper's going to come off. On the bottom side under here, there's a rubber flap, like a wind dam. You unhook that from the bottom side of the bumper, the actual steel bumper. So, all right, so you got your headlights out. Need to do your wheel trim, or the screws that go through the wheel trim to, sorry, losing my words here. Anyhow, in here. So you take these screws out on both sides, and your bumper should come off. Now it's big, but it's not heavy. It's just a little bit bulky. That's all. So anyhow, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and get to those. I don't have my tripod, so kind of filming as I go. So let me get back to it. All right, so we got the tins out of here, screws out of here. See, it's floppy. Now we got to come in here, remove. This is a 7mm. You get this guy out of the way. Then you've got an 8mm, another 8mm, and you have those two on this side also. After that, be ready. Oh, excuse me. You have these in here also. These two. After that, be ready, because it's going to come down. So have yourself a spotter or, you know, somebody to help you out with it. Because, like I said, it's not heavy, but it's flimsy and clumsy when you get it off here. And there she is, guys. So here's the header panel with the bumper removed. As you see, this guy's just flopping around. It was essentially using the bumper as support, because also in here you have two 8mm. See them here. Here's one, and there's one that they're broken off on that side. Now, one thing I did forget to mention, you have hardware here and other side also. What it is here and here, and they are T27 Taurus. Don't forget those. All right, so now all I've got left to pull this off is these 2/8, because these are already off, already broken. If you see, there's a lot missing on this guy. So the new one can be much, much better. Alrighty, there is the new, well, new to me unit. See the pieces that were all missing in here and broken out and all that, no more. Now, quick tip. You start your side bolts, right, that holds it in place. Don't tighten them. Because remember, there are no two cars that are exactly alike. So you get those in there finger tight, so it's not going to fall. And you get in here, and you're going to have to, you know, wiggle and adjust and all that goodness. But yeah, like I said, no two cars are exactly alike. So you're going to have to do some massaging. So, all right, so now we go back on with the bumper. So here's the old one. See how this piece is all broken out? It's cracked over here. All that from a little fender bender. So, should be a common repair for a lot of people that maybe you just don't realize you need, or you don't want to pay to get it done, so it just sits there undone. So, but anyhow, I'm going to continue on with this. But before I do, while I was at the junkyard, if you see this clear coat's coming off, the car that was there, or the truck that was there, had these fender flares that were in mint condition. I mean, nice. So anyway, I'm going to replace those while I'm at it. I'm not going to show you guys how to do that. I mean, it's just popping old ones off, popping new ones on. But anyhow, I'll show you all this when I get done with it. All right, there she is, guys. All buttoned up, ready to go to the jam. I gotta wash it now. Let's see, I put my new fender flares on. Looks good. I mean, as good as a 03 is gonna look, right? So while I was getting that header panel, the same vehicle. So when we bought this, the previous owner had hit somebody or something, and there was a dent in the hood, and had cracked the grill. So I've been waiting for 5 or 6 years. I've owned this. I've been waiting for the right color in the junkyard that's in good shape, and look at that. So we found it. So we got the header panel, we got the hood, so that's 1, 2, and the fender flares. So 3 and 4 if you count both of them. But yeah, we're riding style now. All right, guys, so that's it. So I wanted to get on a soapbox here a little bit. You know, in this day and age, everybody wants to talk about recycling and all these things, which are great, right? They're great. In my opinion, the first recyclers were hot rodders, were guys that went out to the junkyards and took pieces off of an old car to make an older car or their car work better and keep it off the road. Because to manufacture a new car It takes resources out of the earth, put it on there. And these new cars that they're pushing, the electric cars and all this stuff, where are these batteries coming from? What happens to them when they expire? All these things. And they mine the stuff somewhere, they ship it overseas, come back with it. That's just my soapbox. In my opinion, the purest form of recycling is hot rodding, is working on your old car, keeping it going. And it saves you money, you know? So we're doing good there. We did all this for, it was $130 for the hood, header panel, fender flares, all that. $130. I don't know. Go to the dealership, see what they charge you. I don't charge myself any labor. Look how much I saved there, right? So not only are we keeping pieces and parts out of a landfill, because those plastic parts, they're not going to recycle those, I doubt. You know, they're going to wind up in some trash heap. The hood, they can probably melt that down, but would they? I don't know. So we're recycling pieces and parts, keeping this truck running, saving money. Now I can take my wife out to dinner with money that I could have put in somebody else's pocket. So I kind of like that. I like dinner, love my wife. Kind of makes sense, right? So anyhow, that's my soapbox for the day. And if you like this kind of content, subscribe to the channel, hit the like button. And this type of stuff we do this, we do woodworking, and our goal is to empower common people to beat the big guy, to not put the money in the big guy's pocket. So with a little bit of initiative, hand tools, and just the education, and I hope I give you a little bit of that, you can do it. Anybody can do it. So have a blessed day, everybody, and see you next time.